Some people like to keep their apples in a bowl on their kitchen table when they buy them. Some people like to take their apples and throw them in the fridge when they buy them. My name is Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivymasters.com, and today we're going to look at the difference of what happens when you put them on a bowl and when you put them in your fridge, whether you buy organic or not, or conventionally farmed apples, which are treated with this substance called 1-MCP. Today we're looking at Test 3, Section 2, number 32, which reads, which choice offers an accurate interpretation of the data in the graph? So looking at the graph, and whether you are looking at a graph on the reading, writing language, or math section, because you will get graphics on all three of those sections, make sure you read the title, X and Y axis, look for trends, correlations, understand it as best you can before you look at those answer choices. That's the biggest mistake students make. The title, results of treatment to control browning of Empire apples. We have untreated are the gray bars, 2 gray bars, and treated are the 2 black bars. Here we have percent of flesh browning, so you can see that treated with 1-MCP, when you have your apples placed in a controlled atmosphere after 3 weeks in the open air. So let's say you put them on a bowl on your table and then you throw them in your fridge. If they are treated with 1-MCP, they're going to brown about 52%. And if they're untreated, then they're only going to brown about 7%. So the question is, why would we treat our apples with 1-MCP? It seriously does not make any sense to me. And then we see that if apples are placed immediately in a controlled atmosphere, let's say they spray them with 1-MCP at the supermarket, they're put in the fridge, you take them home, put them right in the fridge. There's 50% browning with untreated apples, and it's about 47% browning when they are treated with 1-MCP. So there is a small advantage when you put them immediately in a controlled atmosphere by using 1-MCP. But still, it doesn't make sense to me why they would use that 1-MCP. Let's go up to the question. The sentence itself, however, when Empire apples are treated with 1-MCP, answer choice A, their flesh turns brown when the apples are first stored in the open air, but not under other conditions. Well, when they're first stored in the open air, we see that the flesh browning is about 52%. It's about 47% when it's not first stored in the open air, but we can't say that it's a big enough difference like that in the controlled environment. It's still turning brown. 47% of the apple is. So that's why it's not A. Answer choice B. However, when Empire apples are treated with 1-MCP, roughly half of their flesh turns brown regardless of whether the apples are first stored in the open air. That actually looks like a good answer. And we'll go to the graph and see exactly why. Because when they're treated with 1-MCP, they're immediately placed in a controlled environment. It's about 47%. Treated with 1-MCP, immediately placed in the open air for 3 weeks. It's about 52%. Both of those are around 50%. That looks like it's your answer. So let's see why not answer choice C. However, when Empire apples are treated with 1-MCP, their flesh browns when they are put directly into a controlled environment, but not when they are first stored in the open air. We already saw that it's 47 and 52%. We can't say that it's browning in one circumstance and not the other. And then we look at answer choice D. However, when Empire apples are treated with 1-MCP, their flesh turns brown when they are first stored in the open air, though not as quickly as the apples in an untreated group does. One thing that graph does not address is how long it takes for the apples to brown. There's actually no time frame at all given, which would be interesting to find out. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has trouble with interpreting the data from a graph, some sort of a graphic. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official SAT or PSAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.